This is where the water comes out, and it's a dragon. It's got ram horns, super interesting. They also sacrifice animals here as well. On so many of the doors, they have these beautiful wood carvings. It's so beautiful. You can really see that there's been a lot of effort been put into this whole door here. Let's have a little look through here. Looks like almost like an abandoned neighborhood square. Check this out. It's so eerie, actually. And that's all just falling on people. Thousands and thousands of people died in the 2015 earthquake. Welcome to Bhaktapur in Nepal. This is an amazingly beautiful city. I believe it's one of the most underrated cities in the whole of Asia, maybe even in the world. I'd never heard of this place until I got to Nepal. It is absolutely stunning. The architecture is beautiful. If you keep watching this video, we're going to walk around for the afternoon and check out one of the most authentic ancient cities or medieval cities in the whole of Asia. What's cool about this city is that wherever you are, it feels like you're in another era of human history. It's super cool. So like, similar to how in Rome, they had areas where citizens can collect water and bathe. This is basically a public bath for people that don't have water in their houses. I've seen it, people come down and bathe. They also come and use the water. And so all around the city, you have these, some of them very ancient water providers. I have no idea how to say it. Also, you have so many of these ancient shrines, so really, really old shrines. You can see here, I believe this one is a Hindu shrine. And all that red powder that you see on it is actually tika, and they use that to basically bless it. These shrines here, these carvings of these stones, these could be anywhere up to 800 years old. You really don't know, because there's so many of these things. There's thousands of these shrines all around the city, and they're super old. Some of them go back so long, people don't even know how old they are. And check this out. So this is just, this isn't even like, this is kind of like a boring area of the city. But I just want to show you the wood carvings on the doors. So on so many of the doors, they have these beautiful wood carvings. It's so beautiful. You can really see that there's been a lot of effort been put into this whole door here. There's almost not really a single 2-inch square that isn't carved. It's really, really beautiful. And they have all different types. So this one is more sort of religious. You have Ganesh there, so this is Hindu. And then you just have some patterns. But all around the buildings, it's really beautiful. They have so much beautiful architecture. You can see here as well, this is Hindu as well. You've got the worship of the sun and the moon, which is very important symbolism for Hindus. Anyway, let me just show you this temple real quick before we have a little run around the city. So this right here is a Hindu temple, and it's a very typical in style. It's sort of Newari style, and Newari are the sort of original inhabitants of the Kathmandu Valley. So what you're seeing here is the product of almost sort of 3,000 years of evolution in architecture, art and religion. Now most of the architecture and art comes from like the 15th century to sort of the 17th, 18th century. That was sort of the heyday of the kingdom in sort of art and architecture. But yeah, you can just see here they've got all kinds of gods and things like this. I'm not sure who this is. There's many different reincarnations, but you've got dragons all around here. And this is actually protected in a cage, so it kind of obscures it, but we'll go in and I'll just show you what it's really like. Namaste. So typically in a Newari temple, this is both Hindu and Buddhist, they'll have a central courtyard just like this, a square, and it has a lot of different symbolisms. So for example, there are different gods carved into the posts here, the wooden posts. Now this particular building here is super, super important because there is a room up there. That room above this area here, right there, there's a room, and that's called the Black Room. And this is very sacred. They call them the Durgas, which is almost like a family of people that take on rituals and sacred festivals for about 10 years of the month to uphold traditions basically for the community, and so only they are allowed in there, and also once a year the king used to go in there too. But yeah, you get this central courtyard here, and you can see, I wish I had a better camera, but all of this area, all of the wood everywhere is very intricately carved. It's just so beautiful. And you'll see this whole city is basically like this. Many of the houses, this isn't just like just the temple architecture. Many of the houses have this central courtyard behind the main street, almost like their back garden, and they would share it with all their neighbors as well. But we'll just have a quick check outside the back of the temple. So this is where people eat. The whole community will come together and they will eat here, they will sing, they will chant. They also sacrifice animals here as well. I videoed a pig sacrifice here, but it was awful. It was honestly, it was too horrific for me to be able to put it on YouTube. I really didn't like it. So yeah, just showing it to you now. So this is a typical temple. And they have all kinds of things, like all on the floor, all on the streets they have this as well. They have all kinds of symbols, and what they do with these symbols is typically they'll put tikka on it and flowers and rice. You can see the rice there, that's like an offering of food. And the flowers are of sort of royal or religious colours, like the orange. That's a very holy colour. Anyway, let's go have a little look out at the rest of the city. But check out this door with this eye you can see here. I believe in Newari architecture and art, the eye sort of symbolises enlightenment, I believe. So it's really interesting because they use bamboo to make scaffold instead of what we would use, which is scaffold pole made out of steel in the UK. They use bamboo, which is really cool because, you know, it's probably quite good for the environment, biodegradable, and it does the job. You know, it's nice and light. It's probably many good aspects about it, which is why they still use it. You can see here another thing that provides water. Let's go have a look at it. So they're always in squares that are lower than the ground level. I don't know why that is. Maybe someone knows that's watching this, and you can comment below and let us all know. But check this out. This is where the water comes out, and it's a dragon. It's some kind of like water dragon or something like this, or maybe a water crocodile. Sometimes their crocodiles have elephant trunks like this. It's some sort of mystical animal, but it's really interesting. It's got feet, it's got a dragon's sort of face, it's got ram horns, super interesting. It's got a elephant snout, what's it called, a trunk, and these gnarly crocodile teeth. So it's sort of, it looks like an amalgamation of many different animals, and this is where the water comes out. Maybe you have to turn it on or something. I don't know how they actually get the water. Do they have to like, not sure how they get the water, but that was pretty cool. I'm glad I went and had a look at that. What's cool here as well is you can see the unaged, the immature carvings, because obviously they age. And look at this is fresh wood carving. This is before the sun's got to it, and before the differences in temperature and the rain and everything like this. But look at this, really beautiful. It's quite scary, some of the symbolism in Newari art and design. Got all these really cool little areas as well, like little vents and windows. So this is fresh carving and fresh brickwork. You can see how the bricks and the woods, the wood carving is almost sort of organically mixed together. It's not like just right angles and straight lines. They curve the brick. Now this is super old compared to this. This is fresh and modern, and even this frame is, but you can see here that this is aged, it's cracked, it's gone drier, it's bowed, and there's woodworm in it as well. You can see them holes in it. The face is aged quite a lot, and that's what the sun does. It also does that to us as well. I don't really know what's in here. Let's go have a little look. So it looked like this was sort of the entrance to a temple, but now it just seems like it's the entrance to like a little communal area. So this is like what the neighborhoods are like off of the main street. They'll have like a little neighborhood square. Sometimes they'll have a well as well. This one looks like it's being used properly. It looks really fresh and clean water. Looks really nice. But maybe this is why, maybe this thing is here because of this. I don't know. Who knows? Check out this really interesting face on the singer. It's very different to any singer I've ever seen before. And I can tell you what, traveling around Asia for a wee while, you see a fair few of them. I've just come across what seems to be like a pottery area. I think this is Pottery Square. Now, someone did mention to me that there was a square where they had loads of pottery. I didn't realise they actually made pottery. And what they actually do here is they make black pottery. You can see these pots here, they're like grey or black. They're really, really pretty. So typically I've only ever really seen like orange or like red browny pottery, like a brick. But they're using black clay here. This is clay. I really think it's clay anyway. I've never seen black clay before, but that looks like clay. So they've got a store of clay here. Yeah, it must be, because look, they've thrown the pot there that has been broken. So that's for recycling. You can just recycle that there. Namaste. This is clay.
Clay.
Yeah, I never see black. It's amazing. What are you doing there? Are you just reshaping it? Like, I think she's just reshaping the bottom here, making sure it's the right shape, like flat up against the wood. But they've got loads of pottery here, all different types. Wow, it's really cool. I didn't realise I was going to come across such an interesting place in the city. It's almost like I'm out in sort of like a rural town, like an agricultural town or a village, a pottery village. Been to a few. Namaste. So what you can see here is they're actually burning hay because they're starting a kiln, and that's how they cook the pottery. That's how obviously they make it hard. Now, I'm no pottery expert, but I do know that much. And yeah, so this is either just been cooked or it's ready to be cooked and baked, and that will harden it, will set in it. Oh, you can see more here up close. Look at this, they've got insulation on this door. It looks almost looks like a crematorium. If I'm going to be a little bit morbid about it, you can see there, like, it's quite large, and it all seems to be metal. And yeah, that's really interesting. What an interesting little thing. You can see it's all piled up there, and there's ash, so that seems to have already been burnt. I think what they've done is they've burnt this, or they've cooked it, cured it, I believe they call it, and then they've opened it up to air it out to let it cool down. It must take, it probably takes a day to maybe more to actually cool the whole thing down, so that you can process it. Because you can see all that, that's all. Yeah, that's all ashy. It must be that. Look at the door on it. It looks like almost like a crematorium door, like where you cremate people. But yeah, I'm just using some ash. I mean some hay. Really cool. You can see actually the bricks, the red bricks, are more of a black color because they obviously use clay. They make pottery around here so much. This is a whole pottery square. Now, someone did mention this to me, but this is really cool. I didn't know I was gonna pop up onto this today. Oh wow, yeah, that's really cool. I've just never seen like grey, like naturally grey clay. Really interesting. These are really beautiful. You can still see the fingerprints in the pot where it's been worked. Wow, that looks very skillful. Namaste. Look at that. Wow. So I guess this is what he's just made, I suppose. Oh, so I guess, yeah, they have to shape it whilst it's all soft and everything, and then they bake it. Oh, that's beautiful. They're reshaping the bottoms. Oh, gee, very slippy. She found that funny. They're reshaping the bottoms there, but look at all this. I don't know what they do. I suppose maybe they make the pots and then they dry them in the sun, and then maybe they go into the kiln. I have no idea.
They don't go into a kiln. The sun bakes the clay.
Oh, okay. Because they have different ones.
After dry, they bring to a kiln.
There you go. So it gets to 900 degrees and quite a few hours in the kiln. But that dude had a cracking moustache, didn't he? Oh shit. Gotta be careful because there's stones around. You can accidentally kick them into the pots. Probably shouldn't walk around there. I think them two must be paying for a trip or something, like a tour, sorry. So I thought I'd better get away from that before I get roped into that. Right, look at this. You can see a really damaged building there. Let's go have a look. So you can see how really the buildings and the architecture really is just brick and wood. Let's have a little look through here. Looks like almost like an abandoned neighbourhood square. It's not quite abandoned, but you can see here how the houses have been pretty much destroyed. That is really insane. I suppose there was a house here as well. You can see houses here that have been destroyed, but check this out. It's so eerie actually. In fact, look at this. This was built with a log, almost like a stick. Like it's still got the bark on it is what I'm trying to say. You can see here tiny windows. It looked like the house went up quite a lot more, but here all of this is just caved in through. Look at that. Look at how it's just piled in. It's just bricks, mortar, dust and wood, and that's all just falling on people. Thousands and thousands of people died in the 2015 earthquake, and you can see here that this is really poignant. In fact, they've got almost like religious posters up. You can see that, almost like religious posters. And I don't know why, but it's more poignant. It hammers it home that this was somebody's home, because you can see some of what they left here. I would love to explore this place. There's a door there and you can go into it, but that would probably be one of the most stupidest things you could do. So if you come here, probably don't do that, because if it falls on me, no one knows I'm even here for a start. But you can see up into the I can't see what you guys are seeing right now, but that's the floor, and then there's more destroyed buildings there. Look, it's all completely abandoned, and if it's not renovated, it'll probably just be demolished and the materials will be reused for something else. But it's really eerie. There's like this half of the courtyard here is all completely abandoned, and then you've got this half here that's been renovated or has survived. Even the well looks like it's recently been renovated. Oh, it's moving a lot. Maybe there's a water monster down there. Namaste. England. Yeah. Is this damage from the earthquake? Yeah. Yeah, very bad. These are just people's homes here. Really sad actually, just to see this completely abandoned. You know, I wonder how many people walked through these doorways here. How many people sat up there and had their morning cup of tea whilst looking out onto the communal courtyard. You know, how many mothers watching their children play in the courtyard and grown up in this house. You know, it's a brick house. It must have been here for a while. It must have a lot of stories here. You know, generations of families all growing up, and all that history completely destroyed. And that's happened thousands of times in the space of a day because of the earthquake. It's absolutely insane. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, very polite. So yeah, all these bricks and wood, it must be from all of the damaged houses around here. That we've answered our own question. You can see more damaged houses there, and no doubt this probably was a bit of a house here, or at least this. You know, really thin. Can you imagine it's an earthquake and you're living in a city with alleyways that are literally thinner than your own arm's width, you know? All of the buildings just tumbling down on you. You've got nowhere to go because the alleyways are so small. Very sad, the earthquake of 2015. This here is the tallest temple in Nepal. It's absolutely huge, and I would go up there to check out the view, but I'm too lazy for that right now, but check out these guardians of the temple. Really, really big. You can just see, you know, like I'm here. It's massive. Beautiful building here. I wish I could just show you the wood carving up close, but impossible with a GoPro. Namaste. Namaste. There's loads of these everywhere holding up all of the buildings. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Got all these beautiful little shops around. Namaste. It's just a really beautiful little area. It's a lovely city. It's one of the most authentic and beautiful cities I've ever seen. A few dogs scare me around here though. You got all kinds of temples like this. Golden top temples. You've got beautiful painted singers. I rarely see singers that have been painted. I really like that. That's so beautiful. And you've got a shrine here to Ganesh. You can see there that Ganesh is in the middle. So, oh, and Ganesh is there as a lettuce, or sorry, as a cabbage, look. It's interesting. Cabbage Ganesh, never knew that. And even all around the temple as well, on all the pavement, they have all these symbols, these super interesting little symbols. It's just a really cool place. In fact, this architecture here, with the multiple levels, it's everywhere in Asia, China, Japan, Thailand, everywhere. It originates in the Kathmandu Valley. It's a Newari design. The reason why that is everywhere is because there was a Chinese emperor that had a Newari architect many years ago. Even the road is made out of brick. Now, it's not very good, to be honest with you, because the brick isn't the best. I mean, you can see how it bows. Like, if you look here, you can really break or roll an ankle. You can really, you know, hurt yourself on these big things. And the camera doesn't even show you how much that dips. But it's so easy just to slip or roll. When it gets wet, it's so slippery. But the whole city is made out of red brick and wood, predominantly. Some chickens.
Chicken.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah, so I haven't seen any chickens for sale so far. I wonder how much a chicken is. Should I ask? They got all kinds of chickens here. Oh, he's got a white cock there. I've never seen a white cock like that before. He's got like a green tail. This one's running up to me. Oh, so this is just a little chicken selling centre. The chicken selling centre of Bhaktapur. I want to know how much a chicken is. Namaste. How much is a chicken?
This one 4 kg, this one 400 rupees.
Per kg?
1 kg.
1 kg?
Yeah.
Okay, so for 1 kg, a 1 kg chicken, you can be bought for 400 rupees, which is not a lot. It's like 160, maybe, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how much it is. I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, I shan't buy a chicken today because I'm going trekking soon, and Molly won't allow that. I also just want to show you a cheap $4 hostel in Bhaktapur. In fact, I believe that this is potentially the only actual proper hostel that you can get in Bhaktapur, and at $4 per bed, it's a very good price. So let's just check it out. It's called Hostel Swastika, although it's a little bit confusing because they also have a big sign saying Swastika Guesthouse. So they also own somewhere called Swastika Guesthouse. It's over there. Let me just show you it. This is a proper hostel as well. This isn't none of these, you know, like fake, really clinical hostels that you get in these modern times now. Whoa, the lighting's just gone really bad. But anyway, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a quick tour around this hostel. So this is like the living room. This is what I like about a good hostel. There's John.
Hello, everybody.
He's volunteering here. But what I like about... This is one of the staff members, very musical. What I like about this hostel is that it's quite communal. So the hotel owner here, he's a really nice guy. and he loves people coming over. You can come and volunteer here. If you want somewhere cheap to stay or somewhere potentially free, if you have something to offer him, you can come and stay here and volunteer. You can do long-term stays here. But anyway, it's super cheap. They also have a kitchen as well, which is a massive bonus for a hostel. So they'll cook you food, and also you can make your teas and coffees and stuff in the morning, that kind of thing. Maybe make some noodles. But they do really good food here as well. Super tasty. And normally I don't eat at hostels because it's too expensive and it's not good, but it's quite tasty here. So this is where we chill out. For the past sort of week we've been, you know, chilling out, drinking, playing games and stuff down here. They've got a good little like music thing, little bar. Yeah, it's a decent little hostel. I really have enjoyed my time here. In fact, it's one of my favorite hostels for a long time because it's like a real hostel. You know, it has loads of little areas around it where you can chill out. Got some beautiful painting here. Some volunteers are actually here right now, staying for free. They're just doing some murals. Yeah, it's $4 for a bedroom. There's Molly that's just ran behind the door. So this is the dorm room that we've been staying in. So £5. Why do I keep saying that? $4 per bed, which is a really good price in this area of Nepal, in the Kathmandu Valley. And it's a really nice, clean, comfortable bed. Like, a really decent. I've had a really good night's sleep here. How have you slept?
Yeah, really well actually.
You get your own curtains, you know, obviously they have, you know, electric, everything that you need. Nice little pond area out here in the mornings. You can brush your teeth, look out at the pond. Now, for some reason, the past couple of days, it's gone a bit brown. I don't know why. But yeah, really nice hostel. Comes with Western toilets and shower. Another whole big dorm room here. They've got quite a few dorm beds here, and it's quite communal. I like it because I've met a few people here, and right now, post-COVID, you don't really meet many travelers, backpackers, and it can be a little bit, almost a bit lonely. But some places, some hostels attract that kind of vibe, and this is one of those places. So this is a True Budget Travelling certified hostel, and the owner, if you come here, he will help you out so much. He will take you on free treks, free tours, anything that you want. He just really likes to have a good time with you. He's a really nice guy. He's called Bishu. I'll put his contacts in the description, his WhatsApp and stuff like this. If you are coming to Kathmandu Valley, you have to come to Bhaktapur. It is the most beautiful city. And if you come here, you have to come to this hostel because it's the cheapest one. It's the most chilled out place. It's the only hostel here as well, the true hostel. They have guest houses and stuff, but it's a really nice place just to hang out, drink some beers, chill out with your mates. Bishu speaks perfect English. He really loves hanging out with all of his guests. We've just been drinking and chilling out. He takes us out on day trips and stuff like this. Really cool hostel. I've just been editing this and I just realized that my battery actually died on that day. So this is the end of the video. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at ending my videos. But yeah, anyway, little update. I've scheduled a bunch of videos to go up onto YouTube. They're already edited and done. I've spent the last week doing it, just in my room, painstakingly editing as many videos as possible and schedule uploading for the next 2 weeks. And that is because I am heading to the Himalayas. We're going on I can't remember if it's a 10 or a 12-day trek. I really haven't prepared too much. Molly's done a lot of preparation. If I'm going to be honest with you, it's Molly is the one that really wants to do this. I was up for doing a trek in the Himalayas. I've never done a trek before. 10 to 12 days seems a bit of a long one. I don't know how it's going to go. Keep watching the channel anyway if you want to find out how that one goes. Yeah, anyway, thank you for all your support, everyone. Both the local Nepali and everyone across the world that is supporting my channel. I appreciate it so much. I still can't believe how many different countries people come from. Anyway, thank you for the love and support. I know I've just said that already. Share, like, comment, subscribe. That would be a good one. And turn on the notification bell because apparently that is important. Anyway, see you later. I'm not very good at ending the videos. I never know how to end the videos. A lot of you complain about how I end the videos because I just do it abruptly because I don't know how to do it. Maybe I should just, I don't know, smile at you.